Hello everyone. Today I would like to talk about gender and gender identification from an energetic perspective. As energy, each of us individual humans are energetic beings first and foremost. That is our original identity and that is our deepest identity. So that is who you are at the core. And at the core of yourself, your energy is neither male or female, meaning energy is just energy. And of course, you have lived many lives in the clothing of a male or a female body, meaning when you are born as an energetic being into a physical body, you have chosen either, for the most part, either a male or a female body, and your body might be male or female, have those physical characteristics, or it might be in the middle, or somewhere on the spectrum, but that is just your body. Energetically, you are just energy. The whole male and female thing is a physical characteristic, and from the perspective of many lives, is very much like clothing that you have chosen to wear for that lifetime. The same as we wake up during our lives and we choose to put on a certain outfit for that day. It doesn't make us a blue jacket just because we're wearing a blue jacket for that day or whatever it is that we're wearing. We're still energy, and it doesn't define who we are. The characteristics that we think of as male and female are, in a lot of ways, arbitrarily assigned to each gender. Like we think of a certain characteristic as being associated with males or females, and all of those characteristics are characteristics of energy and who we are. When we're born into a certain body in a certain society, we're expected to express that characteristic more if we have a certain body type, meaning male or female. But it doesn't mean that it's inherently more or less in your energy. There are reasons, or different reasons, that people with a physical body type of one kind might feel more or less the other way. And there are many reasons for that energetically. It might be that you choose to come into a certain body type. Say you choose to be born female, and then afterwards you realize, oh, all of my characteristics or all of the things that I like happen to be what other people have associated with being male. It might be that. It might be that you choose to come into a physical body as a male, and then later when you're here, you decide, oh, it might be better if I live my life as a female. That will work out for me more. Or it might be that you have lived many lives as one gender, and you decide to come in as another gender, and yet you're just so connected to the idea of this other gender that you don't feel the gender that you came into and the physical body that you have. There are many reasons. There's also people that come in that basically want to move forward society and help people realize how arbitrary this physical clothing is, and are willing to go through those changes to help society at large move forward and have less limits on how they think. Now, those people are not doing it, they're not martyrs, they're not doing it just for other people, just for society. They're doing it because there's some deep desire in them to move this forward, and there's some deep desire in themselves to be some kind of change maker and to open up what were limits previously. So they're doing it for their own desire, but it does happen to be helping society move forward. So much in our world that we think of as fixed is not really fixed. In terms of space is not really fixed the way we think it's fixed. Matter is not fixed the way we think it's fixed. It's constantly changing, and it's constantly changing depending upon the energy underneath it. And so that is how this area of our understanding of gender can move forward in the future, is that we think of it, many people think of it as so fixed, where really it is not. It is very fluid. And there is no reason why humans cannot change gender during their lives without surgical means. There's no reason that the body cannot change and adapt. The body is an incredible organism that is growing all the time, and your cells are renewing all the time. And you have all the genetic information within you to produce huge variations in how you would come about as a human. So what is possible for your body to do is really almost unlimited. And certainly being male or female is something that your body can create and recreate. If that is something that, one, the desire is there, and two, the belief is there that your mind would be fluid enough to allow that to change. Now, we have grown up in a society where most people do not believe that that can happen, and that is why you're not, for the most part, seeing that happen. But there's no reason it can't happen. If someone is interested enough in it, and if they can figure out a way to get around the beliefs that they've taken on from society. And that goes for everything. Anything that you want, and no matter how weird or impossible it could seem, actually can be created. It's just that you have to figure out how to get your mind into the mode of really understanding and believing that it can be created. But for most people, the way this idea of gender has affected them is that they've been born into a body of a certain gender, and they have been told by society, these are the thoughts and feelings and activities and hobbies and the ways that you can move and the things that you can wear that are okay for your body type. And that has been quite damaging for the human race, because you have all people with huge amounts of options sort of cut off from them if they want to fit in with other people's expectations of who they should be. So it's been recognized more and more in the Western world how that affects women, and that's changing, but the effects are the same, not the same, but the effects are also quite paramount in people born with male bodies as well, because there's a lot of parts of them that they feel that cannot be expressed and be acceptable within society. And anytime you have one section of society that suffers in a certain way, that affects the whole of society, because we exist as one organism, as well as individuals. We're almost like individual cells within a body. If some of your cells are hurting and damaged, then the whole body is going to feel that effect, because the whole body cannot function as it should at its maximum. So anytime you have whole subsections of your society where they feel that they're limited in their expression of their desires, that affects society as a whole. And so a lot of the issues with women being able to express themselves more fully will not really be able to be resolved until men also feel that they can express that part of themselves, and vice versa. What I'm saying is they're two sides of the same coin. Everybody needs to feel that any range of expression that they feel called to is okay for them. So as an individual, what you can do is just to become more aware of who you really are and what your heart and desire is really calling for, and allow that to play out naturally and be okay with that, because so many of us feel these impulses and desires, but we cut them off in our mind early because we don't fit in with who it seems that we should be. And that is a great way to allow your energy to move more freely moving forward, and to build up that feeling of freedom and expression that all of us are craving. Okay, that is all for now. I hope to see you later. Thanks.